Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Radko from Radko, and in this whole video we're going to look into Aries Sun, Moon and as well Aries Rising weekly general tarot reading May 3rd up until May 9th 2021. And if you are finding yourself being interested in a personal reading with me, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below. And there you're going to find a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. So with that being set aside, moving to the Aries reading straight away. And the first card you do have at your hands, guys, that is going to be the Page of Swords, like that. Moving next, we do have the Eight of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Wands. Afterwards, what we do have, that is going to be the Three of Cups. That's great here. And the last one for you, that will be the World, like this. We have a really good partnership that is to take place. And should you be interested into it, I also going to predict when this partnership is going to reach its peak. So that is because this week that partnership is going to start taking place, and I think it's about career because definitely involves more than just one person, right? And taking off, I mean, where really is going to produce great results. And just hold on a second. When you can expect a really good results of it. Come on. So it's a really long-term partnership for what the cards are saying. About the end of March next year, you're truly going to see the full extent of the partnership itself. But let's dive into the reading itself. And so we are starting here with the Page of Swords, one person that steps in at start at very least. And Page of Swords, for you in general, that will happen to be quite of an unexpected help that is going to come to you, or rather like to aid you. Like I said, primarily with your career manifestation, because like I said, it does involve more than one person. And so relationships are very unusual to come for more than just one person being involved romantically. But in any case, the Page of Swords is about quite of an original way of thinking, quite of an original thought that at this given stage is going to give you exactly what you need in order to pretty much push your things moving forward. So that's that original thought is going to, how can I say, allow you to clear out the misfortunate options available, if I may say it that way. Those options available which are not going to produce literally any results whatsoever. It's just going to be a waste of time. So pretty much here what I can see with this one is that that person steps in and definitely gives you the recipe to success. Now the problem is going to be you wrapping your mind around it. That is, like I said, because the Page of Swords, they come about with rather quite of an original thought. It's very difficult to comprehend, you know, where they're coming from, what kind of an arguments they do have, and so on and so forth. So at the very start, it may look to you as a somewhat of a fallacy, as a somewhat of a fiction, what this person is presenting to you as a way of moving forward. That being said, though, you should not exclude it, but rather try to research it. And as soon as you start researching that original thought, idea, or statement, whatever, you are to see that actually there is a lot of sense. It does make a lot of sense, and it does allow you to narrow up. And narrowing up, it is exactly what you are going to need at this particular stage to push forward with your life in general. And right after the appearance of this person here, whatever plans you do have up until that stage, for life in general, they are going to be able to be, or rather, like, how can I say, they will start becoming manifestable, right? But plans that were a wishful thinking by now, they will become manifestable. And not just only that, but with the Eight of Pentacles, you Aries will be able to attend to the endeavors into the plans with rather huge portion of conscientiousness as well. You will have a keen eye for the subtleties, for the minor details out there. That is because with the idea, or rather like with the view of the Page of Swords, of this individual that steps in at the start of your week, you will kind of like have a very different perspective, much more wider perspective, much more clear perspective, if I may say it that way. And what is that going to bring you really? Well, I will fork the reading here a little bit with this card. What this is going to bring you is a lot of activities when it comes to your work. Say you have a private business with this original thought or idea, you are going to be able to attract a lot of orders, a lot of purchase order clients, and so interest in general. And relationship wise, especially if you're single, that is the threshold where you start presenting yourself in front of the world once more, that you are ready to pretty much start relating to people left and right and center. And doesn't mean that you are going to involve yourself with everybody, but just that you are ready to invite love into your life once more. So the Eight of Pentacles is always a good card for as long as you have a plan, all right? And that plan is going to be, like I said, created here at the very first stages of the week, when that person steps into your life and presents their original view, thoughts, vision, you name it. And right after that, another one steps in here. That is the Page of Wands. And this one is much more cheerful than the Page of Swords. If the Page of Swords will be a person who guides you, now this one here is going to be the one who follows, all right? Because the Page of Wands, they are quite open for anything new, really. I mean, they have no presumptions. They have no anticipation whatsoever. They are completely focused on what it is right now and how can be unfolded and what is going to bring into the future as well. It's not something that they concern themselves very deeply with. For them, what is important is to know that there is a future. What future doesn't really bother them at this given stage. So the biggest purpose of the Page of Swords, of the Page of Wands, that steps in again into your life, is to make you understand your personal strength, and you are to see that your personal strength is huge. Usually they are very good bringers of news. What I mean is that they usually appear with a very good news that resuscitates your enthusiasm, your passion, and as well your urge or drive to have a better life in general. One thing I want to warn you about the Page of Wands, though, it is that they do not handle criticism very well. They don't handle as well to be told what to do. Like I said, they're going to be followers of yours, but they need to follow on their own accord instead of being pushed. So just leave the page to deal with their own concerns on their own accord. Don't enforce yourself over them, and things are gonna go really, really good with this one. Like I said, as they are open for anything new, a new is gonna be brought to you as well as a collective here, because the three of you, the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, are going to bond into cooperation. Now, what kind of a cooperation? As a general reading, I cannot say, but like I said, I presume that it's going to be something that it is either career related, social circle related, so on and so forth. Unlikely to be about relationship, but still there is a few ways how it can develop in terms of a relationship. And I will, how can I say, I will share my thoughts at the end of the reading how this could manifest in terms of relationship. And after the appearance of the Page of Wands and probably the good news that is going to be delivered to you, and you are going to be reminded of your strengths, we have the Three of Cups, and these are the very first rewards of your labor here, of the plan that you have finally been able to initiate, to execute, to start manifesting. With the Three of Cups, the three of you are going to have completely similar vision. And not just only that, but as well, you're going to feel the same way. Also, there will be no boundaries when it comes to sharing of emotions, of efforts. That is just a symbiosis in between three people. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be the same. You know, either of you may take their representative role into the cooperation, but the synchrony that you're going to have in there, right? It's going to be flawless, and that is because the three of you are seeing the future exactly the same way. And like I said, imminently, because of it, the very first rewards or fruits of your labor are going to come about. But the real deal is, or the peak of the experience of this cooperation, where things truly takes off, according to the cards, is going to be about the end of March next year, or no, end of March, the start of March next year. So hopefully you do have a patience for it, and you know, you maintain that really flawless and immaculate partnership that you're going to have with these two people. And at the end of the week here, we do have the World card for you, Aries, and that card pretty much seals the deal. What I mean is that at the end of the week, the insight of this partnership can go for a long run, and it is a good partnership, and is going to be that way, and it is here to stay. Is going to be unyielding, in a sense of that you cannot revoke or think other way around it. The World, it's like opening a new book of your life. If the Death is about opening a new chapter, the Four of Wands is about opening a new page. The World is about opening a new book, and that new book is going to be about that partnership. How you're going to make that partnership depends entirely on you, but suffice to say here, looking at the foundation of the partnership itself, I would say that is going to accomplish, achieve, and expand on what purpose it was made about. Okay, so it's one of the most, I would say, most fruitful partnerships you will ever have. And now I'm going to share my thought how this could develop in terms of relationship. You know, people that are single for quite a long time, they get a bit desperate, in a sense of that, you know, they start looking around themselves. Hopefully a friend of theirs is going to introduce them a friend of theirs, and you know, they're going to kind of like each other and take off from that. And that is exactly how it may develop. That Page of Swords is a friend of yours. One day, you know, you're talking about love and about relationships and how disappointed you are by now, and they are kind of like sharing. They have a friend that you don't know which has a similar problem, and actually you are very alike, and this friend of theirs has a thing for you, for they probably saw your Facebook account or saw you somewhere into YouTube, if you are a YouTuber, you know, and they truly want to meet you, you know, nothing more than that. Like we said, the Page of Wands is open for anything new. It either works or it doesn't work there, it's fine with them. But why should you not try out? And for what it seems, the vision is going to be the same. Okay, if you like each other, you like each other. If you don't like each other, you both are not gonna like each other, all right? You're gonna just share the same feeling when you meet each other. And so there will be no disappointment whatsoever. And the deal is going to be sealed by the end of the week. Either this is going to transform into a beautiful relationship, which culmination is going to be at the end of February, or is not going to be a good relationship at all, but a friendship that is going to culminate at the end of February next year. So that being said, guys, this was your weekly general tarot reading, May 3rd up until May 9th, 2021. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do like it, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.